Hi, Caleb and Steve with Brownells here. Today, in this quick tip, we're going to be talking about some of the advantages of the home-built AR, the shop-built AR, and the store-bought AR.
Okay. Well, let's start with the store-bought first. Definitely easier.
Way easier.
You've got the package all ready to go. You don't have to hunt down different parts, which can be kind of tricky sometimes. You've got a fully functioning unit that's been test fired in most cases, if not all cases, from the factory. So walk in, buy it, and if it's a basic model, sometimes it's cheaper that way. So that's one advantage to the store-bought AR.
Yeah, and another advantage to that is resale value.
Right.
In most cases, not all, but most cases, the store-bought AR that hasn't been customized to you specifically will have a higher resale value for that exact reason.
Sure, especially if it says Colt on it or something like that.
The name
Daniel
brand.
Defense, Geissele, anything like that. But speaking of customizing, you can't customize it if you buy it out of the store as a complete gun. And some people want it a little different. Matter of fact, everybody wants it a little different, it seems
Everyone
like.
wants it a little different, yeah. And going into the other two, you have your shop built,
Right.
and then you have your home built. The big differences between those two is that the shop built is built per your specs by a gunsmith.
Right.
You don't actually build it yourself. You just kind of spec it out with said gunsmith. And of course, home built, you do everything yourself.
Right.
And that's an advantage and a disadvantage in itself.
Well, the shop built one, if you have a gunsmith do it, then you don't have to invest in all the tools necessary.
Yeah.
And he's got a place to test fire it, of course. So you save a little bit on that too. You just have to wait your turn, when he gets to it in the rotation, he or she. But you can have it done any way you like. So shop built is good.
Yeah, and there's peace of mind there too, because especially if it's a reputable builder,
Right.
They know all the little tips and tricks and things to check that you building it for your first time,
Right.
you may very easily
But
overlook.
if you have someone else build it, you don't have to buy headspace gauges, you don't have to buy the wrenches, you don't have to buy the fixtures to hold it in the vise, all that stuff. So.
But the advantage of building it yourself is just that you get to build it yourself.
Right.
And once you invest in all the tooling, you can do it again.
Yep.
You don't have to rebuy all that tooling unless you go with something completely different that requires a different tool. But for the most case, the tools will work on pretty much all of them.
Right, and usually, a couple people go in on the tools and have a pool of tools between them.
Yep.
Kind of cut down on costs.
And obviously, speaking from personal experience, it's a lot funner to build it yourself. Way
Right.
more fun.
Right, a lot of people are into the DIY stuff.
Yep.
So, and building an AR is not that tough. As long as you can watch a YouTube video or two and maybe you read a few directions, easy to do. It's not a hard gun to build, but it just requires a little bit of planning.
Yeah, and in said planning, I know a great place that can certainly help you out with that.
Yeah.
So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Obviously, we're just scratching the surface here, so if you have any advantages or disadvantages you'd like to add those in the comments as well. We'd be happy to hear from you. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.